What's going on, guys? CB Bricks coming at you with another LEGO Star Wars MOC showcase. Today I'm going to be showcasing my latest MOC, and it is the Eclipse class Superstar Destroyer, more widely known as the Eclipse. So this MOC measures to be about 12.5 inches long, about 4.5 inches wide, about 3 inches tall from the lowest point to the highest point. And this MOC has an estimated 400 to 500 pieces all packed in. So without further ado, let's get right on to the review. So I'm going to start off with the major details. So as you can see on the outside, since it's a Superstar Destroyer, it has that iconic dagger look. As you can see, it's got the angled down wings, so to speak, on both sides. We got a bunch of cannons or turrets on a makeshift stand so that we can turn it. Up here we have the, what do you call it, the bridge or the center. Got a bunch of details kind of leading up into that area. Really cool. Coming back here, we got the engines. As you can see, a bunch of red pieces right here. A lot of grill pieces. Here we got some tiles utilized. Up in here in the front, we got the iconic sort of dip in the front. I don't know really what it is, but it was there in the pictures. So, get a closer look at that. We're going to take it off the stand. As you can see, it's in dark gray. Got more details. Back here, we got some more details down here going along the bottom. And that pretty much covers, that pretty much covers the major details. But I just wanted to mention quickly that I started utilizing the stuff that I got in my last giant haul, which you should go watch. Lego haul. I got a bunch of those printed button pieces that I use. This looks sort of like windows, but yeah. So that's pretty much it for the major details. So next off, we're gonna be looking at the functions, which there isn't much, but there are some worth noting. Up here, each one of these lightsaber turret things are movable by stud friction, just attached by those little clips, and then a lightsaber hilt on each side. There's 6 of them. Down here we got what we call little docking bays. You got 4 of them. And on my last mid-scale model, and this is a mid-scale model, I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning. My last one, which was that, I don't know, I forgot what it was. It was like a Rebel frigate or something. I had those same sort of docking bay. And that pretty much accounts for all the functions. So, let's get on to our next section. So next we are going to go into the construction of this MOC, which is going to account for the bulk of the time. Starting off, up front, you probably already noticed, but it uses snot techniques, which is studs not on top. As you can see, used them here. The studs are going sideways. Kind of utilized everywhere. They're used here, studs going sideways. Down here, studs going sideways. And the engines are attached by that. You can see how those are built quickly. Up top, it is studs on top, but it's attached onto the studs not on top. So you can see how those are attached quickly. Now while we're at this station, we're going to start looking on how I angled it down. As you can see, we got those hinge pieces right here. Now to take a good look at this, we have to take this off. Now this was super hard to build. Not this particular, but this entire section. Mostly because I had to get it perfect. Everything had to be lined up perfect. And I had to figure out how I was going to angle them down and lock them into place. So, as you can see, I'm going to set this down for a second. We have a 2x4, one of those hinge pieces. But then we got just a 1x1 on this side. So those just fit onto those studs. you didn't notice, this was not attached to both sides, only attached to one side. Now that we're at this point, we can start dissecting this bad boy. So we're gonna remove some of these parts. Alright, and take off one of the sides to show you how it's built. Now here's just a section. Each side is a huge section. It's built up by plates and slopes. Now you can see how it was built. Now we have a bunch of those hinge pieces with the clips on the top going along. I think there's 10 of them overall, 5 on each side. And those are just angled down. And when these are attached to it, it gives a nice angle into it. So when that happens, and then we attach this at the top, it kind of locks into place. Mostly, sort of it doesn't, but it does work out in the end. So, how it works out. So, let's get on to our final thoughts. Now it's time for the final thoughts, and I just want to mention that I really enjoyed building this. I enjoyed learning new techniques, coming up with new stuff, and trying to figure out new ways to do things. This is a revolutionary MOC. I've never done anything like this in my life, and I think it turned out really well for a mid-scale model, capturing enough of the details so that you guys know what it is. And I think from a distance, or from anywhere, you can definitely tell that this is the Eclipse, if you know what the Eclipse is, or if you're used to that. And I just cannot believe how well this turned out. And as I mentioned in the beginning, it's pretty large. I mean, it's over 1 foot long. So putting Mr. Brickster there, he's kind of in the shadows. Looking at him compared to this thing is pretty big. In fact, it's about as long as the X-Wing from 2012, I think it was. I don't remember. So yeah, guys, I really enjoyed learning how to do this and building it up. So, if you want to check out the Eclipse yourself, all the history of the Eclipse, I'm going to leave a link to the Wikipedia page down in the description. Go check that out. Look at the pictures of it for yourself and make your own decisions of how I pulled this off or how well I pulled it off. So, without further ado, guys, thanks for watching and leave a like and subscribe.